Today's video. This article talks about how Dogecoin has dropped to the 9th spot when it comes to market cap. It also says that the infamous Dogecoin was one of the first meme-based digital currencies. However, while Dogecoin has had a phenomenal 2021 rising 8,500% in 12 months, during the last month Dogecoin prices have stagnated a great deal. At one time, Dogecoin held the 4th largest market cap, but today, its overall market valuation has slid to the 9th position. Now, all of that is true, but the major question is whether Dogecoin will rise from here or not. Let's take a look at some more facts. Right now, Doge developers are working on upgrades to make Dogecoin faster and cheaper to use. The next upgrade, which could come out sometime this month, will lower its transaction cost by 100 times. Then there's SpaceX, which is preparing to put a literal Dogecoin on the moon. And Elon will obviously tweet about it when it happens. In a previous video, I talked about how a survey revealed that Elon's tweets have, on average, yielded a positive return of more than 8% for Dogecoin price. Coming back to it, brands are looking for ways to support and incorporate Doge into their product and marketing campaigns. Currently, more than 1,400 stores accept Dogecoin. And then there's the Doge Foundation, which is adding structure and helping pave the path for the future of Dogecoin. Also, it includes ETH's founder, Vitalik Buterin, which recently tweeted about how Doge could perhaps work on proof of stake via the Ethereum network. Also, more new Dogecoin nodes are coming online. There are more retailers that are working on solutions to accept Dogecoin. And then there's the Ethereum and Dogecoin bridge that is also being developed by Rosnickel. I'm not trying to pump Dogecoin. Also, I'm not a financial advisor, but all the facts point to the fact that Dogecoin isn't going to die. Of course, there are people who will continue to sell because of how it's performed this week, but they're discounting all the things that are about to happen to Dogecoin this year. Talking about its price, it's currently consolidating above the 23-cent support level, anticipating a massive rally. If Dogecoin goes below this, there is a high chance that it could retest the 21.3 cents demand zone before kickstarting a new uptrend. Regardless of where it bounces off, Dogecoin is looking at a climb to 30.8 cents from here. The key resistance levels to break between 23 cents and 31 cents are 200-day simple moving average of 24.5 cents, 100-day simple moving average of 25.3 cents, and 50-day moving average of 26.6 cents. Moving forward, let's take a look at some facts for Bitcoin. The exchange reserves are hitting record lows, which is a massive signal of strength, suggesting that most investors are taking their Bitcoin from exchanges. They're reducing the overall supply that can be sold on the market. And then there's the potential golden cross about to take place. Now, even if the cross occurs, it doesn't automatically mean that the market will continue in that direction. Still, currently, a golden cross is a bullish signal, especially when Bitcoin's price is ready to break above the moving averages. If this happens and Bitcoin's price goes above them, these levels can then serve as new support for a much bigger rally. If we talk about support, the critical levels to watch are still found between 42.8K and 44K. As long as Bitcoin sustains this support, upward continuation is likely. Also, the fake Litecoin news caused some market volatility, but the crucial support between 42.8K and 44K was maintained, which is definitely a good sign. And on the upside, Bitcoin's price had to break through 47K to continue its rally to 50K, which it did earlier today. Moreover, it went to a high of 47.5K, which became the highest price for it since last week's market correction. Also, another important fact for Bitcoin is that the long-term holder supply has reached 79.5% of all BTC coins this week. This is equivalent to the level reached in October, prior to the bull market kicking off. Also, on an absolute coin volume basis, long-term holders currently own the most coins in history, hitting 12.97 million bitcoins this week. This was all according to the data provided by Glassnode. Coming back to Dogecoin, some bad news was that the founders of the first Dogecoin festival have rescheduled the Dogepalooza festival. It was to be held on October 9 this year, but they've now postponed to spring of 2022. It's pretty bad because it would have led to some good buzz and also some gains for Doge, so I guess we'll have to wait for that. Also, another bad news came from the government. President Joe Biden has tapped Kristen Johnson to fill one of the vacant seats of CFTC commissioners. It's bad because Johnson has previously hinted at establishing greater governmental oversight of crypto platforms. We know how SEC is about to grill these exchanges very soon, so we'll have to keep a close eye on this to see how it plays out. Talking about SEC, its chairman Gensler said yesterday that the securities laws are clear and easily understandable for the crypto market. But then he turned around and said Congress needs to write laws to clarify. So, it's getting a bit confusing for the holders at the moment. And then there was this bad news that came from Uzbekistan. Deputy chairman of the Central Bank of Uzbekistan said that his country will never adopt cryptos like Bitcoin as a payment method. He's predicting that the local authorities will never allow residents to use crypto as payment, alleging that crypto is backed by nothing. Still, there was a lot of good news about crypto adoption. Chainalysis has reported that the crypto market in Africa has grown significantly since last year. In a recent report, it said that Africa's crypto market increased in value by more than 1,200% between July 2020 and June 2021. And the overall retail transaction volume stands at roughly 7%, as opposed to the 5.5% global average. And this basically proves what we've been talking about for weeks. Retail investors in developing nations like India and Africa are moving to crypto. And because of Dogecoin's low price, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that a lot of them are coming into Doge as well. Now, let's talk about institutions for a minute. Crypto asset manager Bitwise is seeking to launch an ETF tied to cash-settled Bitcoin futures contracts. If you don't know, ETFs are investment products that track the price of an asset and trade like stocks on an actual exchange. Currently, there are more than 10 firms queuing up for the SEC to approve their applications, including Van Eck, Fidelity, and Skybridge, according to a study by Fidelity, and here's why it's a big deal. More than 60% of US and European investors surveyed expressed a neutral or positive view of Bitcoin ETFs, so there's just money on the sidelines waiting for it to be approved. And there's some really good news about it from today. Fidelity, the research firm we just mentioned, has been pressing the SEC to approve its first ETF. Its president and other finance executives have laid out a number of reasons why the regulator should approve it. These include increased demand for digital assets and related products, the prevalence of similar funds in other countries, and the rise of crypto adoption. And another reason is that global developed market regulators have already approved other ETPs in Canada, Germany, Switzerland, and Sweden. They also argue that the market has already reached significant size and has deep liquidity as defined by the SEC's own standards. So it looks like the first ETF might just get approved this year because of all this pressure on the SEC, and because of that, a lot of money is going to come into Bitcoin. And because of Dogecoin's rising correlation with Bitcoin, it could definitely benefit from it. Coming back to Doge, the big news from today was that there is now only a 3-minute delay when sending transactions with low fees. This means that transactions are being relayed and more miners are processing low-fee transactions. So, my prediction is that Dogecoin isn't going anywhere. But still, I'd love to know what you think about it. So, let me know in the comment section below. And this is it for today's video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also,